Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is TechnicallyTee here, and today I'm bringing you the Poetic Case Lineup for the iPhone 10. Now, a huge shout out for Poetic for always looking out for me when a new device comes out, dropping me their cases to review. So let's take a look at the three cases that we have on hand today. We have the Poetic Guard, we have the Poetic Revolution, which we've seen that one plenty of times before on different devices, and we have the Poetic, I think it's called the Lucent. It's abbreviated here, but we have these three cases. So let's go ahead and start bringing this into frame, and let's go ahead and start with the Poetic Lucent. Now, if you've seen my videos before, guys, Poetic branding, their casing, always pretty cool with this purple and orange effect here. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the case. Now, this is a Lucent case. I think this is a new style case. I've never actually ran this case for any other previous device. So let's see what this is about, guys. As you see, it's a two-part case with a transparent clear back and a plastic frame going all the way around it. So let's take a look at it. On that right side, we do have a raised button for the power button. And as you can see, guys, that is a matte style button. So it's actually not shiny. It actually has a matte frosted finish there. On the bottom, we do have your cutouts for your lightning adapter and your speakers. On the left side, you have your raised power volume up, volume down with that same matte frosted look. Cutout for your mute toggle, top completely closed. Flip it over on the back, cutout for your camera and your flash. And we have some Poetic branding here down on the bottom. So let's go ahead and pop the 10 in it, see how it actually fits. So here is the Lucent, Poetic Lucent for the iPhone 10. This is for everybody who wants to show off the color of that iPhone 10. So on that right side, power button, pretty nice and tactile. Seeing the pressure just a little more hard than normal, but it's not terrible. Looking at your cutouts here on the bottom, those seem to be spot on, no issues there. Unlocking the device, your volume up, volume down, nice and tactile, definitely no issues there. Mute toggle switch, not too deep to get into, not too hard, but it's there. Flipping it over on the back, you do have that completely transparent back there where you will show off the color of the iPhone 10, and you have your cutout for your camera and your flash. So when you actually lay it down, you're protecting it there, no issues whatsoever. Next, let's look at the lay on the table protection, guys. Now, as you can see, it does have a decent lip going all the way around it, and I also have a tempered glass screen protector. So if you ought to drop this face first, you should be good in that category there. Next, how does it actually feel on the phone, guys? And it actually has a pretty decent fit. It is gives a little bit on the ends, but not hard at all. You really have to really force it to make it give. But one thing about these two-part cases, as soon as you start to make it give, sometimes they can begin to separate, and that can become a big issue. But for the most part, when it's in your hand, if it does separate, it will pop right back into place. So the fit is pretty good, not loose at all. Once I feel like it snaps on there, guys, the case is up there. Next, how does it feel in your hand? And the case actually feels very good in your hand. As you know, the back sometimes can get a little bit slippery when you're dealing with those clear, transparent backs. But as for the sides, that plastic frame going all the way around, it actually gives it a good amount of grip. Adds a teeny bit of bulk to it, guys, but not a bunch. So definitely a solid case for the iPhone 10. So once again, this is the Poetic Lucent. This case will run you $9.95 on Amazon, and I think they have some more colors here. I'm looking on the side over here. So they do have a few more colors, guys. They have a black, blue, gold, and a rose gold color. You can go ahead and get whichever one fits you best for your iPhone color. So there is the Lucent series for the iPhone 10. All right, let's bring the Poetic Guardian. Okay, this is the Poetic Guardian for the iPhone 10, guys. Now, this is another case that I have not ran from Poetic. So this must be a few new styles of cases that Poetic has coming out, which is always good. So let's go ahead and get this plastic off here. Okay. Go ahead and get this plastic off this case. All right. So here is the Poetic Guard. And as you see, guys, this is a two-part case. Kind of reminds you of an out-of-box Defender of some sort, where it peels apart and becomes a two-part case. So let's look around the case before we actually get into it. Right offhand, first on the channel for the iPhone 10, guys, it does have a built-in plastic screen protector with those cutouts up top. Now I'm not really sure how it's going to work with me doing it because I do have a tempered glass screen protector on it, but we can see if it actually works. On that right side, we do have that raised power button there. On the bottom, you have your cutout for your cameras, your speaker grills, and you have a flap for your lightning cable. Right side, raise volume up, down, cutout for your mute toggle. Flipping it over on the back, you do have your cutout for that camera and flash. Poetic branding here on the bottom, and as you see, guys, on the four corners, it is raised. So when you set it on the back, it's not actually touching that transparent back, getting it all scratched up. So let's see if we can go ahead and pop this off of the case. All right, there you go. So let's go backside first, and let's see if we can pop this back on. Now, hopefully the touch still works with me having a tempered glass screen protector. That's almost double tempered glass, and I can see it's already working, so that's a good sign. So let me pull off the camera for a minute, finish getting this on all around. Okay, now I can see it. I have to press a little bit hard to get it to work, but let's go ahead and go through it. So here it is, actually all on the case, guys. Feel very good in your hands, very solid. Definitely feels like if I drop this phone will be easily protected. So on that right side, your raised power button feels good in the hands. No issues there whatsoever. On that bottom, your cutouts for your speakers are on point, and you flip open that flap. Your cutout for your lightning cable is on point there. Let's go ahead and unlock it. Volume up, volume down. Very nice and tactile buttons. Not hard. Mute toggle switch right there. Not hard to get to at all either. Flip it over on the back, you got that cutout for your camera, and of course it is recessed in there, so when you put it down, also with those four grips on the corner, it actually will keep it together, not move around and scratch that camera lens. Next, let's look at layer on tear protection, guys. And as you know, this is kind of a heavy duty style case, so it does have a layer on tear protection. Most definitely, as you can see, it's recessed in there. So if it definitely falls down on this face, guys, I'm very confident that you should be good and it won't actually crack your screen because it does have a nice lip going all the way around the phone. Next, how does it fit on the phone? Now, this case is a 2-snap case, guys, and when it's on, I don't feel any creaking whatsoever. It is on there very good. And usually sometimes these 2-part cases are creak and do all types of crazy things, but this actually feels very good. No issues whatsoever. The fit is A1 when coming with this case. Next, how does it fit in the hand? Feels very, very solid in your hand. Like I said, it feels like if you was to drop this case, guys, you should be good if you were to drop it. But as always, let's not try to drop those cases. Now, one thing I'm a little concerned about is the touch sensitivity through the actual glass. Now, as you can see here, guys, I'm pressing down. So the screen protector on the top is not actually, flush with the actual screen of his phone. So you're going to have a little bit of play when touching that. And that's even with a tempered glass screen protector on it. So I'm assuming that it could be potentially worse if you didn't have the tempered glass screen protector on it. So that's something that you're going to have to pay attention, guys. You have to actually press down on your screen. And sometimes that can become, as you see here, I'm trying to swipe and you can hear it. So please pay attention to that. I'm not sure if that's the tempered glass screen protector was causing that. I'm not going to take my tempered glass screen protector on it because I paid good money for my tempered glass, and I don't want to take it off just to review the case, guys. Also, you're on the top, those cutouts are spot on as well, and when you got it open, Face ID works just fine, unlocks, no issue there, so it's not blocking any of the sensors. So, guys, this is the Poetic Guardian for the iPhone 10. Now, this case will run you $12.95 on Amazon, guys. So if you are interested in this case, it is a pretty decent case. Let's just use one thing you will have to pay attention to, guys, is about that screen. And one thing I'm very concerned about this case, and I'm trying to be extremely careful, guys, is the fact that it has, a plastic style case here, and I do not want it to scratch the corner of my iPhone. So the Poetic Guardian for the iPhone 10. Now, let's see if we can suit this over. Last case we have, guys, is the Poetic Revolution. Now, this case should be similar to the Guardian, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Might be a little more heavy duty protection, though, than the Guardian, as you see here. Let's clear this plastic off. Okay, so here it is. Poetic Revolution, guys, just like the Guardian. I can bring them both in the frame real fast. Let me pop this all back together. But if I bring them both in the frame, guys, you see they are almost identically, almost the same case. The Revolution might be a tad bit thicker, but pretty much the same exact case, except it doesn't have a clear back. So if you want to clear back, you can use the Guardian. If you don't want to clear back, use the Revolution. So let's take a look at it, guys. Same thing, raised up power button there. On the bottom, cut out for your speakers. You have the flap for that power, for the lightning adapter, volume up, volume down, cutout for your mute toggles. Flip it over on the back. You have a cutout for your camera sensor. Your back this time is a hard plastic TPU. You have these ridges here on the side. You also have some Poetic branding here down below. Now, I'm not sure if those are scuffs there, but it seems like, I don't know, might be some scuffs down there already. And you get like a little glossy black lining going all the way around it. So pretty good design. Let's go ahead and pop it off, just like we did the Guardian, which should be the exact same installation and everything. Slap it on here. Let's put it off camera real quick. Got Apple Pay and Cash Pay and everything popping up paying wise. Let's see if we can get it on. These cases are always a struggle, and I'm not a fan of popping these plastic cases on my stainless steel iPhone 10, guys. That kind of bothers me a tad bit, but I'll do it for you guys. So here it is. I'm still working the corners all the way. I'm taking these screenshots, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, trying to get this case on. But that's what happens when you have these cases, guys. Apple Pay just wants to keep giving you guys my information on all these videos. All right, guys. So here it is. Poetic Revolution series case for the iPhone 10, just like the Guardian. Like I said, not much of a difference besides that back is actually closed now. You don't get to show off the color of that iPhone 10. So right side power button, nice and tactile there. Here I go again, give you my information. Nice and tactile there. On the bottom, cutouts are spot on. Open that flap. No issues there whatsoever either. Let's go ahead and open it, unlock it. Your volume up, volume down. Nice and tactile, no issue there. Mute toggle switch, not too hard to get to at all. Flip it over in the back, cutout for your camera is recessed in there, so if you were to lay it on the back, you're good in that category there. Next, lay on the tail protection, guys. As you see, you do have a nice lay on tail protection, just like the Guardian. So you should be good if you were to drop it on his face. Pretty confident this phone will protect your phone indeed. Next, fit of the case. Once again, just like the Guardian, guys, fit is extremely solid. No issue whatsoever, no creaking going on. Once it's up there, this case is up there and it's not coming off. And personally, I say once you get these type cases, guys, these cases aren't meant to be taken on and off. When you take them on and off, sometimes the rubber around it can get a little loose and cause issues down the road. So once this case is on, guys, I say take it off sparingly, but don't really rotate cases with this. Take it out, clean the case out, keep it moving. Next, we have how does it feel in your hand? The phone feels, heavy duty in your hand. It feels like if you drop it, you should be good in the event of a drop. It feels heavy duty, like you're not gonna, damage it at all. So next, let's take a look at, once again, guys, that press. Once again, this has the same issue that Guardian has, guys. You have a gap, a pocket gap between your screen and the actual protector that comes with the case. I have a tempered glass screen protector up there, so I'm not sure if that's what's causing the issue, but like I said, that is something to keep in mind when running this case. So guys, this is the Poetic Revolution case there. This is the Poetic Guardian series there. And this is the Poetic Lucent series here, guys. Now the Revolution will run you $12.95 as well. So both of these are basically the same price. It just depends on if you want to show off the color of that iPhone or if you do not want to show off the color of that iPhone. But as always, guys, I will drop the link to all of these products down in my description below. Please just give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Later.